hair's a mess. Really, it's curly, but I blow dried it out, so this video won't take that long. But let's get to it. So I'm going to tell you guys the story time as I'm doing my hair because it's going to take a minute to do all this. Alright, so let me get my comb. And this comb out. Usually I part my hair like half head. So once I get this parted, we will start the story time. Ew. It's horrible. Okay. Story time. The time I got set up by some people. Some of them were friends, some of them were associates, some of them were just people I met through like a friend, and one of them I really know is just, there's a lot to uncover here. Okay, I'm kind of nervous. So back in 2016, I was talking to someone and we ended up having a child. And during that time, when I was pregnant, I got cheated on. I'm so nervous to tell the story. Okay, so back in 2016, I was with one of my baby dads, and during that time, like, he cheated on me, so like, really, I was like pissed at him, but I wanted revenge, which is not the right thing to do, guys. So if you ever get in a situation like mine, do not get revenge, because it's just not a good way to go out. If you just, like, if a guy cheats on you, just leave at that point, because like I said, there's just a lot that comes with it after the fact if you like get revenge and whatnot. So basically, moral of the story is, from that, I got my revenge. I got my lick back, alright? So basically, I got my lick back with someone that at the time he was close to. Alright, so this person that he was close to, me and that person started talking after I found out that my baby dad cheated. And the person he cheated on me with was someone that the guy that he was close with brought to my actual home. So this girl been up in my house, she chilled with me, she got introduced to me, and this whole time I'm just oblivious to the fact, right? I'm just hanging out with them, talking to the girl as if nothing's going on, because that's what I thought. So basically, when I found that out, I'm like, oh, okay, so you're gonna make me chill with the girl that you're cheating on me with in my house and make me look like the fool, basically, because like I said, I was the only one that did not know what was going on. But I guess they gained a relationship during that time, whatnot, whatever. Okay, cool. So fast forwarding, so during that time, I forgot to leave out a big part. So during that time, we had a lease, and our lease was for basically, I'm pretty sure the year, I think a year. But basically, my sister already moved out in the March. We were supposed to move out for May, and I found this all out basically in April. So April is when I found out he cheated and whatnot. So that's when I decided to get my lick back, whatever, right? So basically, by May comes, because obviously when I found out that he cheated on me, he was out of my freaking house. Like, I did not want this guy near me. I didn't want to live with him. I didn't want to talk to him anymore and whatnot, right? So after that, I ended up moving to a friend's house. And before I moved to a friend's house, this is where it all happened, y'all. This is where it all comes down and breaking down on my ass. So this friend, she's always been my friend. She's still my friend till this day. it was her, someone else that was living there. I'm not going to mention names, like I said, because me and my friend are still friends. So basically, it was me, her, and the other person living at this house. And I'll never forget, like, the day I was moving, like, the two people that were living in the house, they knew when I was moving and all that info, right? Like, literally throughout the day, I'm calling them, saying, okay, yeah, I'm done finishing packing, da-da-da-da-da, like, are you guys gonna be home? Because I'm gonna be there right with the moving truck, this, that, and the third. So they're like, yeah, come, we're here, this, that. Before that point though, I already had some of my stuff already moved to her house. It's just, I was trying to move the rest of my stuff, which is like the heavy stuff. I know you guys know what I mean. When you move, your heavy stuff gets like left for last unless you like have a moving truck. But other than that, you just move like all your small shit at first. If it's like close distance, you know what I mean? So basically that's what I did at first. And then the day I'm talking about that I got set up is the day I ended up moving all my shit there. When I was moving out, moving all my small shit, the person I was with at the time also was hanging out at that same spot, basically where I was moving my stuff, where I was about to move to, right? And then after the fact, so the day I was moving there, by the time I brought my stuff there, it was like late night. I think it was around like 11:30, close to 12, I believe, because that day my mom finished work and she had to pick me up from the building because the U-Haul drivers said they were going to meet me on my new spot. This is where it all goes down, guys. Be right back. Okay, sorry guys, back to my story. So, okay, so basically that same day when I was moving all my stuff, I got help by the person I got my leak back with, right? So basically they're helping me out through the day and whatnot. And at one point in the day, we had a conversation about my partner. And that conversation went just them asking where they are, how come they haven't seen them, this, that, and the third. And I was like, to be honest, like, they've been where I am. Like, basically saying, like, okay, well, he cheated on me, but he's still where I'm going. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was so confused. So that's what I said. They're like, oh, by so-and-so, which is, like, my address. And I said, yeah, that's where he's been the last couple of weeks, you know? Even though we were both supposed to find our own place because he dissed me. So that being said, fast forwarding to the nighttime when I was moving all my stuff, I got a call. Wait, no. So I ended up at the building where I was moving to. Okay? So my mom's like, okay, bring your stuff. I'm going to wait down here because I'm going to bring you to go get something to eat at this place that she always loved, which is some Greek place that likes slow chicken souvlaki, which is like her favorite meal. So I said, okay, I ain't missing out on that, right? Like, I'm going. So I'm just going to run upstairs, drop off my stuff, and come back to the car. So when I went to the building, I had also another friend with me, my boy. He came because he was helping me also throughout the day. He came upstairs and we knocked on the door. And when they opened the door, the person that opened the door was like, oh, he can't come in. So I was like very confused because I'm like, he'd been here before. It's not like he hasn't been here before. And like, I'm growing. So like, why are you saying that they can't come in? But either way, I did not argue or whatever. I just said, that's weird. Like, in my head, you know, I just didn't say much. So me and him, he was just like, okay, yeah, I wasn't planning to stay anyway, blah, blah, blah. We're just dropping off stuff and then we're heading out. And then the person up in there was like, oh, okay, when are you coming back? Like, I just sensed like a weird vibe, the way I was like getting questioned or how they were talking. So I was like, okay, like, I'm just gonna go with my mom to eat. I'm coming back, like, you know? So that being said, we end up leaving and going to basically the Greek place that my mom always used to take me to go eat. And while I'm there, like, y'all, I didn't even get my meal yet, and I'm getting back-to-back calls from basically the people that I was gonna be living with, saying, when are you coming back? How long are you gonna be? This, that, and the third. So I was like kind of confused because, like, yeah, me and the person talk like that, as in like, oh yeah, where are you? When are you coming back? Da 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 da. But this time it kind of seemed off. I was like, okay, why am I getting pressed when I'm like with my mom? Like, this person never does that. It's kind of weird. Like, they never do this. So in my mind at the time, I was like, I really wonder why they're rushing me back. I even mentioned it to my mom and my boy. I was like, don't you think it's weird that they're calling me back to back to get back? Like, especially because they just moved, and on top of that, they know I'm with my mom. So at one point, they kept calling me, so I said, oh, I'm with my mom, I'm out eating, like, I'm gonna be back soon, like, is there an issue, like, what's the problem? And they're like, no, nothing's wrong, like, we're just wondering because I guess they have to lock doors or something. So I already found that very, very off, because when I got there to bring my furniture, there's a lot of people in the apartment already. So I was like kind of confused about that. Like, I'm talking about, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no, 9 people. 9 people there. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, go to sleep. I don't really like believe that, but okay, like, I said, okay, I'll be back soon. So that being said, I ended up going back to the apartment, y'all. And I tell you, I had like, you just know when you have a vibe. Like, when you feel that vibe in your stomach, like, okay, something's not gonna go right. Okay, I know, like, I have to keep my guard up, or just like intuition and gut feelings, right? So all that's happening to me as I went. Like, not to say that I was scared or anything, because I obviously knew these people, but at the same time, I was like, they're kind of moving weird right now. Like, all this time they were helping me. They even got me this place that I'm moving to, but then now, like, because the father of my child is there, now you guys are kind of moving a little weird, you know? So basically, I got back, and from there, it just went, like, downhill. And to be honest, I did not see this coming. Like, I did, but I didn't, because I didn't expect this from the people I was with at the time. I felt like betrayed and like set up, and it was just fucked up. But basically, the one person that was roommate there was like snapping on me. When I mean snapping, like even threatening to hit me with a freaking ashtray that was all glass. It was like heavy as hell. Trying to say they're gonna whip it at my head if I don't tell the truth. And the whole time I was telling the truth. But the reason they were getting at me is because they were trying to say that I told the person that I got my lick back with that, like, basically I set them, all of them up. Basically because it's their address, and because I said that he's at this address, it's like setting them up also because obviously their kids are there. You know what I mean? Which is understandable, and I understood after the fact that they explained it, but I was trying to tell them as well, like, really, I was just speaking, like, normally, like, without thinking, I could say. I guess now that I look back, it was more or less like, okay, yeah, I'm going to my building, the person's there, yeah. Not thinking like, okay, this person wants to go after them. Not thinking, okay, this person, now because they told or said that this person's there, they're gonna go roll up there, you know? Because really their beef was not that serious. Their beef was technically over me. Because, like I said, I wanted to get my lick back, and it was someone that I guess he was close to, you know what I mean? So he was well cheesed, and I guess they had more other things to add to that, but more or less, like, I knew if they linked up face to face, like, it wasn't gonna go down like that. You cannot think like that nowadays, because it is technically setting up someone without setting up someone, without knowing that you did that. So, like, obviously I learned from my past, and yeah, it's just like a learning lesson, you know? But that day, I'll just never forget how I felt, because it was like, there's like 9 people literally against me. And I didn't even see this coming. And on top of that, besides the father of my child, literally everyone's related. So I was like, okay, like, if I even snap or anything, I already know it's about to turn left, like, you know what I mean? So I really tried to hold my composure that whole time, but I'm getting paged left, right, and center. I'm getting told I'm a liar. Literally, like, just asking questions. Like, literally, I felt like I was freaking getting interrogated by the motherfucking feds. Like, that's how crazy it was at the time. Sorry, guys, I have to turn my head like this because the back of my head is hard to reach. But yeah, I was kind of pissed that day too at one of my roommates, because it's like, you're like literally like my tightest friend here, like, so like if you knew this was happening, how come you didn't show me? Like, you know, personally, I would never, like, never intentionally try to harm her or her family or her kids, like, you know? So when that got brought to me, I was like kind of confused, because I'm like, that wasn't even my intentions, and that wasn't even the case. And of course, my baby dad at the time tried to snap on me too, but it was like, first of all, I didn't even set you up. So basically, I got set up because they thought I set them up. That's just basically how it went. But I'm telling you guys this story because in life, right, we all go through situations and things when we're in relationships, when we're as friends, and sometimes we just don't know how to react to things, right? Or we just react in a way that's you can't come back from. And I felt like I've been put in multiple predicaments like that. So now I just learned to kind of like not react the way I used to, because it kind of like got me into a lot of trouble. So what I'm trying to say is, like, if someone hurts you guys, right? Hurts you emotionally, I could say. Do not try to always get your lick back. Like, it's not always worth it. Sometimes it's just better to like walk away. And I'm not just saying this because I've went through the situation. I'm saying it in general. Because one, it's just like girls, right? If a man cheats on us, we want to snap, we want to fight, we want to do this, we want to do that, right? Instead, we could just leave. But we don't. Some of us just stay. I mean, like, you know, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it because, like I said, you were to get your lick back now, right? Now these two guys are beefing. These guys nowadays do not play. Like, from what it seems like, they be pulling out burners, which are like guns, and stuff like that, and actually trying to harm the other person. It's just, it's pointless, you know, especially if it's over like you getting cheated on and now you wanted revenge. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it could just be dealt with in a whole different way. And I just want to, well, I just wanted to let you guys know my story because, like I said, there's so much ways of people getting set up nowadays. You just don't know who your real people are. So you really have to like keep an eye on that and always like go with your gut instinct because it's not lying you. Yeah, you gotta know like who you bring around, like you, your family, your friends. I mean, not your friends, your kids. Because you know what? You cannot trust everybody. Even if they are your friend, you know? Because there could be other people that are influencing them to do things to you. You know what I mean? And I've learned that the hard way, sadly. But if I didn't experience that, right, I wouldn't be sitting here being able to tell you guys my experience and how you can get out of it. Obviously, I left out a lot of detail, specific detail, but because I still talk to one of them or two, I don't want this, like, I just don't want them to be put in a bad light because obviously it was miscommunication at the time and stuff like that. But I think we all learned from that, and not only from that situation, but hopefully in the long run I don't get myself caught up in situations like that because it's not a good feeling to be in at all. You know what I mean? Okay, guys, now I'm going to start the front of my hair since the back is done. And then we are done. So what I do is just part it straight down the middle. Put it like this. Put this in a bun. Sorry guys, my phone ended up dying, so I had to throw it back on the charger. But yeah, finishing off from what I was saying, I just want to leave it off on a positive note. And just to let you guys know, like, never be fearful in those situations. Obviously, you're going to feel some type of fear and you won't be able to help it. But at the same time, stay calm. Don't lie your way through it because it's never going to help. I learned that, and I didn't even lie my way through it. I literally told the truth the whole time, and I think that's why the situation ended the way it did, with nothing really being done, because they knew I wasn't coming to set them up. That wasn't my intentions from the get-go. And I feel like because everyone was like there, it just made everyone like feed off of each other, like feed off of each other's energy. So I feel like that's why it kind of like escalated in the beginning when it first started, and then like when they were like questioning me and like paging me. But after that, like, it was pretty good. Like, we had a decent conversation. I even tried to explain to my friend, like, why would you think I would do that to you? Like, I would never do that to you. Had to explain it to my baby father at the time too. Like, why would you even think that or try to make anyone think that in the first place if you guys know how I am? Like, you know what I mean? I literally just went there to move my stuff. The person helped me and they brought it to the destination where I am, which is the building. So me not thinking, okay, they're bringing me to the building, it shouldn't be a problem, like, you know. But I didn't bring the person to the building, and they said they were just gonna meet me there later. So me here thinking, okay, it's not like a meetup so then he can fight my baby dad. It's a meetup so then me and him are linking up. But I guess in their eyes, that's exactly how they took it, as, okay, like, you give them the address, why would you give them the address knowing that they don't fuck with each other and they have problems, like, you know what I mean? Which is right, which is understandable. So, like I said, if someone doesn't mess with another person, right, and you fuck with that one person, well, say you fuck with both of them, right? Do not try to play the two sides. Do not try to play two sides. Do not try to get involved with any other beef. Like, stay out of it completely, because I swear sometimes people might think you're involved just because you're a middle person, you know what I mean? And sometimes it doesn't end well. So if you don't fuck with someone, like, I think you should let it be known, so then others that you're around know that, so then they're not bringing you around certain people that you don't fuck with, and then in your mind you won't think, okay, they're trying to set me up, because obviously if someone knows that you don't fuck with someone, they're not going to bring you around that person, you know what I mean? But if they do, and you told them that, then obviously it's like, okay, did you set me up, or are you trying to set me up? Like, why would you bring me around someone that I don't fuck with, you know what I mean? But clearly I have to commit to time, like I said. So I'm just trying to bring awareness to getting, I guess people call it, backdoored. Or should I say getting set up. But yeah, this is just to bring awareness. Do not judge me, okay guys, because like I just said, it was when I was younger. It wasn't intentional. I wasn't purposely trying to set someone up. But I guess because it looked like that, I ended up getting set up in the end, which is sucks, but it is what it is. And you go through life, going through experiences, lessons, and this one was for the books, okay? I learned my lesson, and thank God it wasn't a hard way, because it could have turned more left than it already was, you know what I mean? But thank God it didn't, and I'm thankful God was protecting me in that moment, because I was literally on my own, so 9 against 1. You know, like I would have been done for. But that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you took something from it, if you got set up before, if you ever been in a situation where your gut was really telling you something and you listened to it and it came out to be like, okay, good, I listened to my gut because something actually fucked up did happen. You know what I mean? Let me know in the comments below, because I really want to know your story as well. And yeah, this is like one of my first videos. I know it was kind of all over the place because honestly guys, as you guys will get to know me throughout time, I am not the greatest with multitasking. So because I'm focusing so hard on my hair, it is hard to also focus on what I'm saying to you guys and to keep track of what I'm saying. Like I keep losing track. Maybe because I'm pulling my hair and like there's knots in my head, so I'm like ow, 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 and I'm really not trying to look like that on camera. But yeah, guys, anywho, stay tuned for my next video coming very soon. Alright guys, so this is how my hair looks now that I finished it. Ooh. If you guys want to know where I got this straightener from, it's from Walmart. It was 40 bucks. But yeah guys, thanks for watching my video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell, that ring-a-ding-a-ding, to not miss a thing by me. Right, I'm out.